All right, welcome back. Another episode of the Rough Rigs SuperCoach podcast.
Yep, certainly is.
It is indeed.
I'm on fire, baby.
You are. You're doing well. I'm doing all right too. I'm pretty happy-ish. I would have expected to be slightly better.
Yep.
Slightly better, I think. Just with how well I thought I did by plan, and I had plenty of numbers. I had 16 numbers last week, and I thought.
All the gear but no idea sort of
That's it. Just a lot of kind of like average scores, not bad scores. No one really like hurt me massively, but it was just kind of a lot of
average.
A lot of 50s,
yeah.
A lot of 50s,
no
40s.
Dogs.
Like I had the extra players, so the 40s dropped out and 50s went in. Like it wasn't a big swing.
A big difference. Yeah, with you.
So yeah, I dodged a couple of bullets. But the big one is I didn't have Fletcher Sharp, which he went off and did pretty well.
Yep.
People that vice-captained him would have been happy.
Yep, very happy.
At least I had Dylan Lucas, so it's not all bad. Scored 980, puts me into the season rank of 14,392. We're getting there. We're moving in the right direction.
Yep.
The boys gave him a bit of a spray over the last couple of weeks, and they've responded pretty well. Not well enough.
Under 1,000 boys. What the fuck are you doing?
Steps in the right direction. It's a rebuilding year.
It's better than 750.
That's it. It's
bastard out there.
We're on Phil Gould's 10-year plan.
All right, Panthers. He was saying that back in 2015. Isn't that wild?
It worked out for him, to be fair.
It worked out, but he was
onto something.
6 years late or too early, really.
So, but yeah, heading in the right direction, I guess, is a positive there. But hopefully we can continue to
more green
to build. Look, I want to see more green over this Origin period. I feel like this is my time where I can make a bit of a run. But I don't know, not feeling too confident about it, to be honest. But you, on the other hand, you're doing pretty well. You're ranked 3,529 overall.
1,001 on the week.
1,001, so doing well.
My goal was just 1,000.
Cracked the 1,000.
So I was happy with that.
Raise the bat.
1,001.
So quickly go through our team. I had Riley Smith, 54, very good. He's been a really good pickup. I'm very happy with what he's done.
Just even in general, he's just a good little footy player.
Yeah. I rate him very much. Sanders Smith, 53 again. Just a lot of these, mid-50s to mid-40s. Horsburgh, 44 with a sin bin. So
pretty good.
Is what it is. Really? Yeah. Dylan Lucas, 147.
What a performance.
He was outstanding. Probably should have scored more. Should have scored another try. That would have been another, 20 or so points there.
That try quickly, how the fuck are you doing it as a back rower? He's a genuine back rower these days. Shout out to Dane Laurie, but that was almost an amazing put, for such a big guy. Only, Hudson Young could do that shit.
Yeah, just ball in the wrong hand. It was just amateur hour, really.
Do a bit of Stephen Crichton, just switch it, swap it, mid-play. Fuck. He burned Laurie crazy. Yeah. What a player.
And he did it with a busted shoulder as well.
Dude, he's Newcastle, throw the fucking bank book at him.
Imagine if he had two good shoulders. He would have scored 300. But
legit. Seriously.
He would have been going after Michael Clark's 329 not out.
Yeah. Break it. Smash it. Kill it.
Yeah. Aaron Clark, 65, brought him in last week. Very, very happy. Didn't do anything extraordinary, but just did fucking
in the wet
great shit. Just did what we, I guess, all expected Aaron Clark to do. He's going to keep doing that thing. 700K. He's getting fucking pricey, but you get what you pay for.
Yeah,
there's no surprises there with him.
Yeah, agreed.
Zach Hosking, 43 points, no attack there. Obviously, a bit of rain around. It was a very defense game. So, I'm not too upset with 43. Kick out 45. Again, just another one of these kind of scores that just, didn't do much, but yeah. Nico Hines had the captaincy on him for 68. Looked good in the first 10 minutes or something. He got the try assist early and then did nothing else for the rest of the game. So that was disappointing. Anyone else playing up? Herbie, 71. He was pretty lucky to get 71, to be honest. I thought obviously
he touched the ball in the first
that
15.
try. He got that try late, which saved his score. If he didn't get that, he's looking at a low 40 score.
Yep.
But yeah, got kind of saved with that try at the end.
Yep.
So hopefully he can kind of pull it together. I think that's Just didn't, as you said, didn't have any ball, didn't really make any runs. It was just kind of,
Didn't he get real sick? 2 hours
he was in hospital or something, wasn't he?
He still had a pretty red hot crack considering
Yeah.
Staph infection or some random shit like that.
Like but you know what? I don't give a fuck.
Be better.
Yeah. I'm all about my Supercoach.
I know you just get it off.
Yeah, I don't care.
Off the drip.
Yeah.
Get in there.
Keep the drip on. I don't give a fuck what you do. Just get out there.
Yep.
Make your tackle breaks. I don't care if you score
I think
or
you
not.
need to speak to him nicely. That might be the key to your team going forward.
Why the fuck are you not running across the field 10 metres, making fucking 2 metres,
6
palming off 10 blokes?
Yeah, that's
all right?
That's his signature go-to.
Throw an offload out the back that makes no ground. What are you doing, Herbie?
Yeah, just start doing shit. I love Herbie.
Mark, 71 points from him.
I like how you just call him Mark.
I've given up. 71 points.
Yep.
In playing the centres, I think he's been named on the wing this week, which
is good.
I'm happier with.
Well,
I
he
think
didn't drop the ball 10 times.
that was nice.
helped,
That was nice.
from what I heard.
Yeah. But got to try assist and still only got 71. So the base was down a little bit from Mark. But
His base is
it's strange.
more
It's
down for a rugby player. It's,
Yeah.
Whereas you look at Warbrick from Melbourne, he goes after it.
Yeah.
Every set.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Garrick, 51 points. Didn't really do much. Still got 51.
Man,
So, can't complain too much. But, you brought him in and you kind of killed it for everyone.
Yeah,
so
well, I warned you. I
cheers,
did.
mate.
Hey, you all told me to get him, and I said, "Fuck, boys, I don't rate him as a super coach." And all of a sudden,
Just don't rate him at all.
I was right. No, I rate him as a footy player,
You hate
just
the
not
bloke.
super coach wise.
Jenkins, 40. He got named in the centres, which I was happy about. And then he ended up playing the entire game on the wing outside of McLean and didn't touch the ball. So
Yeah, because McLean,
I don't know what the go was there from
McLean
Ivan. It
doesn't
wasn't
pass.
even like the late hour before kickoff switch.
Yeah.
Like there was no switch, but they just
did.
they switched
sort of
anyway.
like Fox and
Are they allowed to do that? I don't
Russell,
know.
just sort of like Fox
Yeah,
and Russell
yeah.
at the moment. They just randomly
Yeah.
opposite sides here or there.
Yeah, there's been a couple. I don't know.
A lot of teams are doing it.
Yeah, I don't think they should be allowed to do it like from the start. Like fair enough if something happens mid game and they switch.
Oh, right, you can't really police it, but
I don't know.
because when a play gets hurt, what do? They creep out to the edge.
No, that's different. That's different. If it's during the game, but like from the first
okay.
minute, he wasn't named on the wing. Straight away from the first minute, he was on the wing. He played on the wing. Like,
Tactics, I guess. It might be a tactical thing.
I don't know. Yeah.
For Supercoach,
Just,
you're upset.
I'm only thinking about Supercoach. I don't give a fuck about the politics.
Because Iro and Mulatalo pull that shit. Sometimes
Yeah.
Iro's on the outside. I'm like, what are you doing?
But I want to be able to check an hour before kickoff and know
I
where
get
they're
ya.
going to be
I get you.
standing.
Would you? Yeah, stand there.
Stand there. I don't like the surprises.
Yeah, fair.
And if there's going to be surprises, I just want an hour of
Ease me into it.
warning.
Ease
you
me
know?
into the surprise.
Give me an hour to just fucking panic and be like, fuck this, and have a bit of a blow up instead of watching the game and kick off and be like, what's happening? Why is this happening? Going through fucking Reddit forums to work out what's happened to fucking McLean.
Reddit forums. Holy fuck, that's a new low of Supercoach.
James Tedesco, 68, didn't really do what he was meant to do. A lot of people kind of avoided him, which I guess kind of worked out. Didn't really hurt you too much, but I still...
long term, he's going to be
long term.
great.
A lot of people brought him in this week, which I think you'd be disappointed if you did that, expecting a big buy round score.
Yep.
But I've had him for a while, so I'm not too
Yep.
upset. But if you don't own him, probably you're obviously very happy he didn't
Yep.
sting you too much.
Massively.
Tom Trbojevic brought him in for a 72, which
good in a bad
look,
side. Fuck, man.
I heard a lot of people kind of saying he looked shit. I thought he was probably Manly's best. The way he was kind of involved, he looked back. He looked like he was getting involved. There was a lot of kind of runs that he was doing where he was making like half breaks. He was, you know, sticking his nose through the line and he just kind of got pulled down from behind.
Yeah. He also had a good game plan too, but
Yeah.
kick to the edge.
He was a Lehigh Hopper wide a hand away from getting another, 20 points there. So, there were a couple of moments there. He looked good. He was running well. I thought
tape on his legs.
running with a lot of, I guess, vigor.
Yep. Just having a crack.
Yeah,
He
so-
finally didn't have that cork.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he looked good. He actually looked good.
Yeah.
You could see it.
But he's out this week, so
With the cork.
with the cork.
Cork.
Which, I thought last week would have been the week to rest him
Yeah,
from the cork.
yeah,
but
yeah.
anyway,
Yeah, let's make him play in the wet.
apparently there's more to it, but
100%.
not sure exactly
You've
what
got
it
your
is.
best player, mate.
Oh, yes, Iongi. 90 points from him. So
I regret
very
selling
good.
him.
I'm probably going to sell him
Fuck,
this week
man.
anyway.
I still regret it. He's getting better and better.
He is, but he's probably gone for me. And Tamale 57 did really well without a try.
That's what Tamale
He looked
does.
super solid. Tackle bakes. There you go.
He likes tackle bake.
Tackle breaks for
Potato
fun.
bake, yeah.
Yeah. I do like a good potato bake.
It is good, eh?
Nice creamy one.
Jesus Christ. Welcome to our food channel, where we will talk about potato bakes.
Yes.
So not bad. You'll take it. So
that's my team. I'll go through yours, or you'll go through yours.
we'll go through it quickly. That's not me. Sandon Smith, 53. Jake Simpkin, 56.
Doing things for you.
Dylan Lucas, 147. Aaron Clark, 65. Horsburgh, 44. Hosking, 43. Hines, as we said, 68. Iro, my skipper, in a shit team, 103.
He was always going up against Dom Young and Mark's edge.
Yeah.
He was
just in general, he's a try scorer.
They're not defensive beasts, are they?
Yeah,
and
he just scores tries, but
he could have got a lot more. Iro. He was
apparently a drop.
Yeah.
A controversial call for a possible second.
Well, he made a line break and then dropped the ball.
That one pissed me off. But anyways, we're talking about SuperCoach.
It could have been a lot more for Iro, but things didn't go his way.
71 for Herbie, 51 for Garrick. Sorry, Garrick owners. 57 for Tamale, 23 for Hiroti.
You brought in Hiroti this week, did you?
Yeah, I did for sort of a 5-week play.
Yeah.
Smith, 43. Tedesco, 68. Turbo, 72. So that's my team.
Nice.
1001. Shout out to Iro for somehow getting 100 in the big loss.
Yeah.
He's just a try scorer. Like, I don't know. I just love him.
Yeah.
I fucking love him. As a Sharks fan, I love him. As a SuperCoach lover, I love him even more.
Now, we are currently filming this or recording this, however you're listening to it.
It won't be a 1-1 today.
No, but we're doing this prior to Origin, prior to kickoff, and we're looking forward to that. So we're not going to ramble on too much, and also a lot of what we say is probably going to change. So there's no point fucking deep diving into shit that's going to change in an hour's time. So
agreed.
All the Origin players have been named to back up.
Yep.
They probably
thus far.
They probably won't all back up. So just keep it. This week, I want to stress. I cannot stress this enough. When you're setting up your side this week, make sure the players that are playing first are in the team. The players towards the end of the week, so your Cameron Munster that's playing first, you can probably start him. But someone like a Nathan Cleary, a Lomax if you have him, a Mitchell Moses, Crichton, Connor Watson, all those ones that are playing Saturday, Sunday later in the round, if they get ruled out an hour before kickoff to be rested, you want to be able to have the old switcheroo. So have them in your reserves. If they are in your team, they can get stuck there and you're kind of fucked. Whereas in there, your reserves, you can take it off, and even if you end up having to put a reserve on someone's shit, like a Royce Hunt, for example, it's still better than
great football player.
You know, who knows? He might get lucky and score a try or something. It's better than copying nothing.
Yeah,
so
what we were trying to say is sort of keep your eyes peeled this week.
Yes.
You know, most weeks you can set and forget. Unless someone tells you, a mate, hey mate, just letting you know Turbo's out. Sort of be ready every sort of day. Just have a look.
That's it.
We might set up one of those fucking, those broadcast things on Instagram, and just for weeks like this, one of us will be on our phone. We can just quickly type in.
I'll tell you what, it's going to be
Turbo's out, Turbo's in.
It'll be a rough week to be my phone an hour before kickoff in any of the games. I'm going to burn an absolute hole through them.
I think it's just a rough week to be a phone an hour before any sort of off. Or a good thing, really.
But check your team list an hour before kickoff, because they probably will change with your Origin players, particularly. Do it every week, but this week more so. And with your team, have your reserves that are playing later, essentially. So, someone like a Payne Haas, which is a very good shout.
So any of your bigger bodies that are going to get bashed. Spencer Lenius.
So if you've got a May and you've got a Payne Haas, you'd want to have May in your normal team, in your starting side. Have the reserve on Haas. Haas gets ruled out. You take the reserve off him, put it on anyone else that's not playing. Basically
100% get you with you.
That's kind of it, because you can get caught out, and I have done. You get caught with your with your pants down,
10
and
minutes before
it's no
some
good.
Days.
Yeah.
So is he playing? I'll let you know soon. 10 minutes prior, he's out. Fuck.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
Yeah. So 1 hour before kickoff, they will get updated on the NRL app. So check that out. Okay. Now let's talk some trades.
What
are we thinking? We're not going through, as we said, not going through team lists too much. We talked about Turbo's out. That's basically all that's important.
One trade this week. I think it's a big trade. It's a popular trade.
Well, let's. It's the elephant in the room, isn't it? The Kolomatangi.
Keon Kolomatangi.
I think everyone pretty much is getting him.
I think it's silly not to, even if you are doing well.
Well, he based 90 last week, or the week before.
Had the bye.
Which was insane. Had the bye, so he's well rested.
And he's up against the wires.
Last year he played through the middle as well, playing lock, and he scored outstanding, averaged over 70.
Looked a different player. Seriously.
He's a different player
Gets the ball.
through the middle. His base, his work rate is absolutely outstanding. Yes, the attacking stats probably aren't as high playing through the middle, but his base is fucking outstanding.
Yeah.
As we said, base 90, which is the highest, and it's the highest base of any player in SuperCoach history.
Wow, there you go. Fuck, that's big.
So
that's actually huge, considering May's sort of not really a try scorer.
May was, I think, third in that same game. So pretty incredible
scenes.
That's
crazy.
Yes.
Who have you gone for him? Who might you go for him?
I've got a couple of options. I've
done mine.
The obvious one for me is getting rid of Kiraz, bringing down Dylan Lucas, and getting Kolomatangi in that way.
I like that.
Which I will do. I think that's a locked in trade.
Yep.
Now the other things I'm looking at, is a certain Ryan Pappenhausen. A lot of people have him. He's got the Titans this week, and I think he's going to score a fucking mountain of points.
A Tiger-esque
game. So I'm shitting myself to not own him. So I think I'm going to absolutely blow up my team to get him in.
Yep. He likely won't get picked for Origin, even if Dylan Edwards gets.
And again, I'll probably wait till after Origin, because depending on if New South Wales lose.
But these are your thoughts heading into it.
Yes. So. But I want to get him in. The only problem is I don't really have any way to get him in without using a third trade and a boost, which I'm okay with doing. Yep. It's just what boost I use to free up that money. And I'm thinking there's a Knights player.
Yep.
I forget his name, but he's playing centres for Bradman Best while Bradman Best is out.
Some bloke.
McCarthy, I think.
Some young fella. Yep.
And he's got a -7 break even. He's 246k. He covers the buys pretty well.
But he plays for the Knights.
He does play for the Knights.
Sorry, Knights.
The only other thing is I don't know how long Bradman Best is out for.
Yeah,
so
it's
I'll have to look that up.
They haven't really said much about it.
Yeah.
Which is sus.
Because there's a hamstring, which is typically around 6 weeks.
3 to 4 weeks, and then they evaluate.
Yeah.
And upgrade.
So he's already been out for a couple of weeks, so I don't know. We'll see. But that's my initial kind of thoughts. What about you?
I'll talk you my game plan. So Keon's coming in, and got rid of the Big Red. I just think he's sitting at 530. I picked out of him and Hosking. I thought if anyone could make a bit more money, it's not going to be crazy, but it's going to be Hosking out of the two. Horsburgh's peaked, and we're getting to the point where if there's one injury in State of Origin, he goes in.
Yeah. So he's another one, I guess, that you can kind of make that decision after this. If Queensland lose, then
he might come in for experience.
I'd be happy to sell him. If Queensland win, then they probably keep the same squad.
Of course.
That's what they tend to do,
no
the
injuries,
Queenslanders. So
I hope they all get injured.
Pick and stick, unless they lose and then they fucking blow everything up. So
and then Billy goes against his... so I've traded him for Keon.
Yeah.
I'm also going to...
The only thing, he does have pretty good buy coverage. Covers round 16, covers round 18. So
I've already got the Hosking, so it's like I've got two to pick from, so I'm sort of lucky. So yeah, and I'm going to captain him too, bro. I'm going big. I'm just going to send it.
Yeah. Well, he's got the base, so he's a pretty safe option. Like, you've got Haas, which is backing up from Origin, so you wouldn't be captaining him. May, you probably would. He's going to play big minutes. He's going to be fired up, but you just.
Well,
he's in that similar kind of category. Again, as we've said a couple of times, he based fucking 90 points. Last time he played, so he's definitely a very safe option. Probably doesn't have the attacking upside to get you that big 150 score, but he can get you 100 points with a couple of offloads in just base without you having to kind of shit yourself through the entire game.
This is my thoughts. I think I agree with you. I think he's like safe in the word, but I see him scoring a try this weekend.
You reckon?
And this is my thoughts. This is how I think. So I'm going to let you into my crazy fucking mind for the second. I'm bringing him in. I'm coming second. I've versed him first place this week. I want to put some pressure on him. I wanted to scare him.
Yeah.
He's scared. He's messaged me a few times. I've told him what I'm doing. This is my thoughts. Warriors are backing up, right? They've had that dusty game. hard fought against the Raiders. Barnett heads into camp. They're all the two main big dogs, Barnett and Fish. Fish has only just come back. He just had that slugfest to come back to.
Yep.
He's come. Barnett's going to play, right? Of course. Barnett's the club captain. He's going to play. He might be a bit, as much as I love Barnett, he might be a bit busted, but he's going to want to prove a point and try and get over Keon, as most forwards should be looking to do. But I think Keon just being fresh, Barnett coming off, maybe 4 days rest in a big game one, he's going to rip and tear. I think Keon's going to have the base, and I think he's going to snag 1 or 2 attacking stats. They might not be both tries, but I can see him getting a try.
A little offload close to the line that leads to a try assist.
Exactly right. Because I must admit, the one thing I forgot about Keon, when he plays middle, he's great in support.
Yeah.
On the edge, obviously, he's stuck. He can't really do that. But what I watched last week, he's great in support. So he's safe, but he's also, I think he can do more. I can see it this week. Okay. If it was probably any other team, I'd say no, but I know Barnett is 100% backing up.
That's the thing 100%. with the forwards, you kind of almost look at their draw in reverse.
Yep.
The tough matches that are going to be
better.
Dominated by forwards. That's what you want, because they're going to play big minutes. The game's going to be played through the middle. Yep. It's not going to be just spread to the wings and half the game's them fucking standing behind the try line. Watching conversions. I
think May's going to have a cracking week.
Yeah.
But I think the halves combination is going to struggle with Heath Mason.
Yeah.
May might not get as much ball just due to the confusion.
Yeah.
You'll get the easy one off the ruck numbers.
Yeah.
But May's good in that second phase.
Yeah.
So I think they might struggle if Heath Mason isn't up to speed.
Well, he plays a bit of ball playing,
Exactly.
Which probably doesn't help him for SuperCoach.
Not this week with Heath Mason coming in. I think Fainu comes back next week. So I'll be looking then. Let's put it that way. I think there might be a bit of dysfunctional halves pairings at the Tigers with Galvin fucking dogging the boys. So,
Well, that's the other thing. So I've got Galvin.
I don't know, bro.
Which fucking stings now, because I kind of needed his number.
I think he plays next week.
I needed his number this week. So that's the thing. I kind of want to sell him this week because he's not playing, and I kind of want the extra number at 5'8", because I don't think Munster backs up. And then I'm worried that I have no 5'8".
Well, they've got Hughes, haven't they? So probably not.
But if Galvin goes and plays for the Bulldogs, then all of a sudden he's actually got really good bye coverage and they've got a really good draw. So I kind of want to keep him if he's playing for the Bulldogs from next week onwards.
I'd keep him because as of today, 2 hours
ago. Where does he fucking play? Gus is talking about him playing fucking second row or some shit.
No, there's no fucking chance in hell. He'd get run over. He can't tackle.
Yeah.
The Bulldogs are going to make him look amazing, but if he's stuck on an edge...
Yeah. So, I don't know. I think I'm just going to wait this week and just see how it all pans out, because it could be anything.
I think he can afford to, because if he gets into the Bulldogs next week at
all of a sudden he becomes a genuine option.
Well, Sexton's been told he can fuck off today, so...
Immediately.
Immediately too. Same with Gavin. He's been... told he can join right today, it's been announced. Yeah. So he's with the Bulldogs, right now probably. So getting his little induction.
Interesting.
Belmore, best kebab shop. Yeah. So weird one. What a weird situation, SuperCoach wise.
The other thing I'm thinking of, and it's just kind of
Jake Simpkin.
It's just kind of come into my head here.
Yep.
Payne Haas. Now, I was umming and ahhing last week what to kind of do with him. He's got that quad concern.
Yep.
So he probably plays, I'm guessing he plays Origin tonight.
Yep.
Probably has a big game.
Yep.
I'm sure he does. You'll be able to tell us if he has or not.
Yep.
But with that concern around his quad, I can't see him backing up on the Saturday, 3 days after Origin. Surely, I know they need to win Brisbane, and I know he's going to want to play, but surely Madge just goes, mate, I don't want to fuck you. I need you for the rest of the season. If you go and do your quad and you're out for the next 6 weeks, we're fucked. So
I think
just have a rest, mate.
I think he plays, he starts, and you get 25 minutes.
That's my other concern.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And that's all.
That's my other concern. If he does play, there's no way he plays big minutes.
No.
He plays 40 minutes max.
Is he the club captain? Is he a club captain?
Reynolds.
Okay, maybe not. But knowing Payne...
He plays 40 minutes max and
I don't know, man.
probably doesn't score that well in those 40 minutes.
It's risky.
So I'm thinking I might get rid of him over this Origin period, which is a huge risk because he could just as easily, in those other games, score hundreds.
It's a coin flip.
So I might get rid of him, bring in he's 850k. So if he hopefully goes down a little bit of money, that would be nice.
Pick him up when he's cheaper.
And I could say sub Tino into my front row. And then there's a couple of decent second row options. I could go a Katoa.
Yep.
Which I do like this week again against the Titans. He could go huge. And then,
Poor Titans.
And then that allows me to get Pappenhausen as well. So I go...
I think you've made your mind up.
Iongi to... I fucking hope I have the money for it. This would be awkward if I don't. Okay. And then go... Karaz. I need to use me boost.
I say fucking... You've still got Karaz. There's a water cash.
Karaz. Dylan Lucas down. And then...
Fuck, I'm glad you're doing this.
Kolomatangi. 140. There we go.
Bro... You haven't been risky all year. You've only just started doing it. I actually don't hate that at all. The thoughts behind it too are good.
Yeah.
Because you're right. If you can lose 70k, let's just be modest. 70k, that's still a big up.
Yeah.
That's
and
massive.
Iongi, he's been great, but he doesn't cover any of the other buys.
And do you think that's his peak price?
I think so. He might go up slightly more. I'm not really worried about the cash, to be honest.
Yep.
I'm just looking at Pappenhausen over Iongi, and I think that's a huge upgrade.
I like that. I actually really like that idea.
And as I said, this week, fucking Melbourne absolutely terrify me.
Yeah. Oh, Titans
Against
do
the Titans.
too. Like it's
so, and Pappenhausen, if the Origin players don't back up as well, I think that only helps Pappenhausen too.
100%.
He takes more of a role.
Goal
so,
kicks.
With that goal, the only reason I was so worried about getting him is because obviously he was goal kicking because Meany was out. I thought once Meany came back, he would lose the goal kicking. He didn't. He's still got him. So I've just got to swallow my pride, I think, and
but
bring
even
him
then,
in.
I think he could still average 110 through this
And I don't want to sell Tom Travojevic. I just brought him back in, and I do like what I've seen from him this week.
I saw, and I've been a big critic of him this year. Massive critic.
And he's going to be even more rested the following week. So, and he does have really good buy coverage, Tom Travojevic.
And it's Tom Travojevic at the end of the day.
Pappenhausen doesn't cover round 15, so I might be a bit light round 15 with my numbers, but he does cover 19. So does obviously Katoa. So that's going to help me for my round 18 coverage and round 19. But
beautiful. I actually love that move for you, man.
There we go.
I like it.
Live
I like
live
that
trading.
too. The people can actually see that.
Yeah. And well, it's a complicated one as well for a lot of the young players, or not young players, but newer players.
Me.
Yeah.
I've had to ask you twice this year, how the fuck do I move this one? And
so
I'm doing it on the phone.
If you want to go back and
slow it down, you can
slow it down, slow motion.
Yep.
Slow motion.
That was good though.
A little, and that's the beauty of having your dual position players, right? So that's why they're so valuable, because you can trade out a winger for a front rower, essentially, if you've got the right duels. So
beautiful. I like your moves.
Yes.
Captain, what are you doing?
Captain, I'm looking at... I think I'm going to go Pappenhausen now.
Yeah, well, I was just about to say, bro, you've been...
Pappenhausen against the Titans,
I think Pappenhausen's a good choice.
He'll be at least a vice-captain, probably a captain.
Dolphins are out this week.
I might just vice-captain...
Hold on. I've got a second captain.
Second captain.
I've got two choices now. Aaron Clark.
Yeah.
Barnett, backing up. He's going to play minutes, but it's, I think, going to be big.
The other one's Cleary against Parramatta.
Oh, nah.
He could be out to prove something again, depending on how this game goes. He might want to show Moses up and say that he is the best.
No, I'm going to stick with Keon. I'm doing it. Keon it is. Lock it in, baby.
Yeah. No, I like that. Yeah, I think I could go maybe vice-captain Pappy and captain a Cleary.
Yep. I don't hate that either.
Because I think, Cleary is going to be wanting to prove. I think that
dead last.
I think there's no doubt he plays. I think unless he gets injured or cops a knock or something like that during the game, during Origin, I think he definitely backs up. They need him to against Parramatta. Big rival.
Knowing these motherfuckers, I'll come dead last, somehow make the 8, win the finals, and fucking we're just sitting here with a. That'd piss me off.
So I think he'll be in for a big one. So I might captain him, vice captain Pappy.
I like it.
That's probably my plan for now. I think I've got the numbers. Have I? Oh, Tom Travojevic, he's got to get out of me team. I might actually be short on numbers this week. I don't even know. I don't think so. I think I've got enough. No, I should be fine. As long as a lot of the Origin players back up.
Yep. I think that will. I think the positions on the ladder help us.
Munster, I'm a little bit concerned about.
Munster's the only one I'd be
playing
worried
the
about.
early Saturday game.
And they're top 4.
Haas, so. I'd be worried about.
Haas I'm less worried about because they suck. They need troops. They need something. And
Val Holmes, because he's playing on the Friday, maybe not.
He's not backing up.
Same with Ponga.
Nah. Ooh, gross.
Yeah. I think all the Panthers boys back up, again, providing they get through the game unscathed.
Yeah.
Same as the Roosters, I think all of them back up.
They need to.
Yeah.
Yep.
Against the Raiders as well. It's a big game for them.
Rematch.
Yep. See, that's why I'm looking at. Have you got any thoughts about your team before we move on to the top trades?
I'm happy with my team.
Perfect.
Happy with how they're looking.
Let's get on to players.
Speaking to them nicely, they respond well to it. So
right. You go on the softly approach.
Yep.
Nah, I'm going the fucking give them all a spray.
Me.
You're all fucking
Me
shit.
and Craig Fitzgibbon, we go nice.
Yeah. No, see, I've dropped our best player, Payne Haas. He's been absolutely killing it. No one's safe. That's it.
Sounds like fucking Ricky Stewart in 2018.
Send a message to him. That's it. No one's safe. Don't care who you are, what your name is.
Fuck, that's a big
that's a big number. You're all danger.
Holy fuck.
Here we go. Top
that
trade.
The biggest number I've seen.
We'll go trade. Do we trade in, trade out? There we go.
We'll just go for him quickly regardless.
Go trade out. Corey Horsburgh.
Yep.
Not everyone, but a lot of people looking at him. As we said, I think this is one that you probably wait till after Origin to decide. Again, if Queensland lose, I'd be pretty happy to hold on to Horsburgh.
Unless you're a psychopath like me.
Yeah.
So. Welcome.
Yeah. Surely you got someone else that you can... You got anyone else you can trade? Dylan Lucas, Hosking...
No, I don't want to. That's my
Perotti?
No, he's going to
you just brought him in.
He's going to make me some cash.
Okay.
I believe.
Have you got any money in the bank? You go Billy Smith.
I got money in the bank, but I got to play after Origin. Then I'll
right.
Little pocket rocket that no one's talked about yet.
Okay. I like it. Where are we? I'm rattled.
Milky Jenkins. He's out.
People selling him, which I think is fair enough. I'm going to hold him just because he's playing this week, and yeah, that's pretty much my only reasoning. But I'm happy to sell him. He's got an 80-something break even, so he's going to start leaking money. And especially if he's playing on that wing outside McLean again. Like he just doesn't get any ball. It's frustrating to watch. It's not good for your mental health. So
what the fuck? Dylan Egan. Busted knee. Fair enough.
Yeah, that's kind of got to go.
The next one I quickly want to highlight, Connor Tracy.
Yeah.
I think this is two things. I think people are going to Pappenhausen, like yourself, or a different fullback option. And with the recent drama, with his spot in jeopardy.
Well, there's a lot of talk about Burden going to fullback and him kind of either dropping back to the bench or something else.
I think people are nervous.
Also, the last 2 weeks have not been good for Tracy, but before that he was doing pretty well. So
he was.
Like the scores before the last 2 weeks, 90, 63, 53, 62, 36, 80, 31, 118, 87. Like he's been pretty solid.
Yep.
Last week was,
SuperCoach wise tough.
Yeah,
tough.
There was a lot of rain around. Like I don't know, it's not really good for anyone. That kind of game.
Never a fullback stay in the wet.
You kind of don't need to read too much into that. I think the draw coming up is great. The bye round coverage is still really good.
Yep.
Nothing's changed there. I think if you brought him in, you've brought him in for a reason. And I don't think that's changed just because he's had 2 bad scores. Like he still can do exactly what you brought him to do. So I would hold on Connor Tracy at least for another week and just see how he goes. I know he's got the bye this week, but yeah, if you brought him in, I would be very happy to hold for now. Obviously, I wouldn't be buying him, but I wouldn't be selling him either. Nat White, he's still out for a little bit longer, so get rid of him. Billy Smith.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Upgrades, I'm assuming?
Look, I'm fine if you upgrade him to someone good. I think there's still money to be made there. Like he hasn't scored an attacking stats past the first 2 games, which if he gets that, he gets into the 70s. So they just don't go his way. The Roosters, they seem to always go right. So I get the trade out, but if you can afford to hold him, I would, because I think there's some big scores and a little bit more money to be made around the corner. Thomas Cant.
He's in the bench, off the team.
Yeah, get rid of him. Karaz again, yeah. Fanua Blake, what do you think of that?
I think these are long-term holders. I feel like these are long-term holders, weirdly.
Because a lot of people brought in Fanua Blake last week.
Yeah, I feel like there'll be a percentage, obviously, but I think these are more people that have had him since round, let's just say 7.
Yeah.
I think this is a longer term.
Obviously he's got the bye this week, but then, I don't know. I'd be...
Sharky's got a few big games, and as we spoke about, he loves a big game. He always plays down to, let's just call it the Roosters last week.
Yeah.
But then, let's say we go up against the Panthers, he's brought back into it. Like
I think,
it's weird.
I think as you said, if you're a long-term holder and you held him because of that buy and now you're getting rid of him, I get that. If you brought him in last week and then you're selling him this week, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
But yeah, as you said, if you're a long-term holder, I kind of get it. You got him, play through the buy.
Yep.
Now upgrade to someone else. You've got your Keon.
It feels long-term and Keon vibes.
Yeah,
That's what it feels like.
Just basically break your team for Keon, which I'm all for, to be honest.
Yep. Take your risks.
And Muga.
Yeah, Muga.
He can go. He's no good.
Big bobber.
So,
yep.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for the trade outs. Trade in, obviously Keon. We've talked about him.
16,000.
Get him in. He's great. As long as he is playing. The only thing that with him is if New South Wales do lose, which they won't.
They're fucking not losing.
But if they do, he's probably finds himself into the mix. You would have to say, especially for that bench role. Like he can play front row, he can play edge.
If Laurie can swallow his
versatile.
Pride, I still think May deserves it over him. Like he's just inconsistent.
I don't think May will get it now.
I know it's fucking bullshit though.
Yeah, I think if he wasn't picked last game, he's not going to get picked this game.
Just put your pride to the side.
Keon, I feel like he could be firmly in the mix.
Off one game is wild, but that's crazy.
Lehigh Hopawate, obviously playing fullback this week with Turbo out.
People probably scared.
I like the buy. He obviously scored 2 tries, probably should have been 3 last week.
Yep.
I don't hate the buy. I don't love it.
Yep.
It's a decent pod.
Sort of like the next one for me.
And it's a good one this week.
Yeah.
But then he goes back to the wing and he could have good upside. As we saw, he scored 2 tries, but he's probably not going to do that every week.
Yeah.
But
if
anyway,
Turbo's out, not good.
Yeah.
You and Aiken, thoughts?
I don't mind it. I don't mind it. It's a bit of a kind of a meh pick. It's not exciting. Yep. I don't think he has great, tremendous upside. He's not going to win you a week, but he's solid. For his price, $530K, there's a little bit of value there.
Yep.
He's got that really handy dual position, second row and winger fullback, winger center, which if you're got someone like a Dylan Lucas, switch around really easily.
There you go. It was for Horsburgh. There you go.
The one person trade him out.
Get him out, baby.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not in love with it, but 87, 66, 43.
Yeah.
The only thing that worries me with him is if there's any injuries to any outside back, he immediately shifts to the centres, which I don't really like.
Yeah, I hate that for him.
It's a bit of a Bo Firma effect.
Yeah. No, I get you.
But yeah, I don't hate the pick for the price. I think he's a good pick. He just doesn't excite me.
Yep.
Pretty much. Dylan Lucas,
If you don't have him, get him.
You got to get him in. No point waiting around. He's got a busted shoulder, but
I don't care.
He scores 3 tries with a busted shoulder. So
I'll take him with no shoulders.
Ezra Mann, this one is interesting.
Out of pride, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Fuck him. Straight up, out of pride, I don't give a fuck how good he is.
See, I don't care what you do as a bloke. You could murder a whole family, which to be fair, he almost did. But
anyway, I don't like it. Munster's there.
Put that aside. No. Put that aside. I don't think Ezra Mann's really been he's never had a good base. He very much relies on the attack stats, and he looked fucking good when he came back. In that one game, but it's a one game. Don't get bored in by one game. Yeah, I wouldn't be rushing in to get him. If he can do it for 2 or 3 weeks, then maybe I'll have a little bit of a look. But for me, nothing's changed. He's still the same player. It's not like he's all of a sudden got a different role or anything like that. He's always had the odd game where he'll score decent. But every other game will kind of be around 20s and 30s. So I think that's the one game that he scores decent, and I think we'll see him going back to kind of getting 20s and 30s.
Now, the next one you spoke about.
Yes, Kolomatangi.
A lot of people doing the same thing as you.
Yeah.
Downgrading to upgrade and retool.
Yeah, I think he's probably the best downgrade option this week. Again, my only concern is Bradman Best. I'm not sure how long he's out for. Just go and have a look, see if you can find any information about it.
I hate this next one.
Yeah.
I fucking hate this next one. Just for...
Flesh sharp. You hate it.
In the sense, Ponga's back. He's already been named. I don't know.
You got named at fullback too.
It's a risky one, eh? That's what I don't know.
Ponga at fullback.
Next
Fletcher
week
Sharp goes back to 5'8". I don't love it.
That's what I mean. I just don't. I love Fletcher. I fucking love Fletcher. If Fletcher was fullback.
If he got named to that fullback, I'd be a lot more keen to jump on him. But yeah.
The 100 listeners, they've heard me.
Yes, Jordan Samrani.
To be fair, he looks good.
He looks great.
He looks fucking awesome.
And
the way he kick chases and puts, you know,
yeah,
sniffing around that try line all the time.
I still don't know. Like, he's only in because
same with
obviously
Sharp. It's very nervousy.
You know, he was in last week because Lomax was in Origin.
Yep.
He's in this week because Penasini got ruled out with the HIA. So he hasn't cemented his spot. If he can cement his spot, then all of a sudden it's a different conversation. But for now, I couldn't go there. There's too much risk. There's too much risk. You bring him in, and he goes back to the bench the week after.
Do you think he bumps out Russell?
I don't think he does. I would have him over Russell. I would have him, but I don't think he does. I think Jason Riles kind of played his hand earlier on in the season where he kept Russell over him. So
I think Russ gets done now. What he showed these last 2 weeks, Russell has, respectfully to Russell, he hasn't been that good.
No. If I was coaching Parramatta, I'd have Sam running in there 100%.
Look at the size of his nose. He gets through the line. That's a line break.
But
Anyways.
I just don't know what the job security is like. So I couldn't go there. There's too much risk there that you bring him in and he's fucking useless. Especially at his price now. Last week he was obviously 70k cheaper. That was the week to kind of
get him.
You could justify the risk. I still didn't like it last week, but at 380 or 368k, that's a lot of money if it all kind of blows up. So
Next one I hate. I don't get it.
Hugo Savala.
Don't get it. Don't like it.
Yeah. I don't know. I think, again, this is just people...
7, that's why.
Break even of 7.
No.
He has been score obviously coming off a 95, but then the game before a 25. Like,
just look at the last 5.
Yeah.
60, couple of 60s, then 20s.
25s, 21, 20, -1 in 14 minutes, to be fair. But, yes.
Like, great kicker of the ball. I'll say this. I think this will be a quick one. Great footy player.
Yeah.
Excellent footy player. Supercoach probably doesn't translate.
I think it's just people looking to downgrade and free up money. And try and find someone.
Wrong
but
position
he's 400k.
I know, there's way better. McCarthy, dude.
Yeah. At least if you go McCarthy and, you know, it doesn't work out, he's 240k. Like, who cares if it doesn't work out? Yeah.
But there's a lot there.
Don't go Royce Hunt. Don't do that to yourself.
Don't do it.
Zach Lomax. I'm surprised to see him on the list. I like it, but I just don't.
I think these are people grabbing for something.
Yeah.
They're just doing some random shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could work. It could very well work out, but he's obviously going to miss the next couple of games through Origin and
the game after last game one's Origin.
Well, that's it. He's
32 points for the Dragons, 160. I remember that.
Like, so it's only an extra 2 games that he's going to miss, which Parramatta have the bye anyway.
Yep.
As providing he backs up,
he will back up,
which he probably will.
Exactly,
it's not bad, and the run's pretty good.
Mate, he's got Toto.
It's Panthers
or Jenkins.
Panthers, Bulldogs. Gold Coast, St. George, then Panthers again. It's not a bad run through that Origin period.
Mate, he's got 2 midgets to jump at. Respectfully, I love Toto, but he's not very tall. Is he? So, Toto, Jenkins, take your pick. Or if not, what's the other bloke?
Avarillo?
Nah, what's he?
McLean?
No. Paul Alamotti. They're not exactly big wingers, are they?
No.
Lomax is licking his lips.
Yeah. So I don't mind it. Look, it's obviously a risk because he's going to miss a couple of weeks, but you could do like I think you're definitely going to be tearing your team apart to get him in.
Yep.
He's the first player that I'm bringing in round 19. That's for sure.
Yep.
So yeah, if you want to jump the queue and get in and have him for probably 5 weeks, where he's a bit of a pod, I don't hate that at all.
Yep.
We'll go quickly through our league.
Yep. And then we'll wrap it up. Because footy is starting.
Yes.
And our food's probably here.
Yes. We need the food on. I'm very hungry.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to that, Frangos.
Yep. Shout out Georgia.
Shout out to the barbecue and mayo combination.
Oh, yeah, that's a fucking... That's a wild one. But then again, as you said, Georgia can't talk. He's the same person, really. Coming 10th, baby.
Yes. So shout out to Shane, who is the unaided Cowboy 13. What a name.
I mean, if that's what I think it is,
was it?
That is a great name.
I'm just wondering what about the other 12 unaided Cowboys? What's going on with that?
Plenty of aids.
But you're at 10, I'm at 34. So, yeah, not great. But you got anything else to add?
I think George is getting your barbecue sauce as we speak.
Bit of chicken salt too. Ooh.
Yeah, guess what? Frango's chicken salt too.
Oh.
From Frango's.
Oh, yeah, it's actual Frango.
Yeah,
here we go.
Yeah, we're big
here
chicken
we go.
salt. Anyways, I'm going to win.
You're not.
Come for you, Cameron.
Yeah.
Camo. You're listening. I know you're listening.
Oh, yeah?
You will listen.
I don't think he is.
He will.
Don't think he's listening.
All right.
All right. That's it. You got anything else?
No, I'm good.
Perfect.
Keon
See you
for
later.
captain. See ya.